Hello, everybody. Welcome back. This is Rob, and this is episode 2 of the Building and Uplifting Trance track. Last episode was just the initial ideas. This episode is a little bit of arrangement, kind of spread things out and added a few more elements. I've added an acid that I'm sure that I'm going to develop a little bit further. I've added some pad layers, and then I've added some vocal passages, some little fade in, fade outs in key. So what I'm going to do, let me just play it now for you, and then we'll talk about it. Okay, so it's a very, very basic arrangement, and the reason I've got basically the drop uh, pushed up right up against the end of the intro, so that I just wanted to play the pads and let you guys hear the pads with and how they will appear in the drop, sound in the drop. So, anyways, yeah, so this is kind of an example of me going down the rabbit hole. That's what I call it. I get an arrangement going, and then I'm just kind of searching for new ideas to kind of add more impact to the track. And, so I have to kind of hope to get inspiration to try to liven it up and add more impact to, each one of the passages as the track builds. And hopefully and I usually always do, claw my way out of that rabbit hole. I'm sure some of you producers out there know what I'm talking about. So anyways, let's get to a few of the things that I've added here. This is just a little effect here that I kind of found, I guess, in a bass sample pack. I believe it's maybe Vengeance or something. It's just a little. I've added a lot of delay here to it, tape delay, so it kind of fades out, adds a little atmosphere. I'm going to be adding more atmospheres to the beginning, but that's kind of a touchy little thing to do. It's got to sound right. I haven't found anything, come upon any ideas yet. So then I've also added this kind of little atmosphere. It's kind of a little synth, filtered synth type sound. If you take away the reverb and all the effects, it basically sounds like this. Then if you add everything back, it sounds like this. And here, let me play that little bass blurb for you here with everything off here. That's with the tape delay still on, tape delay off. Or wait a second, what's going on here? Oh, I'm getting lost. Okay, so we got everything on there. Let's go back to where we were. Let's go up here. Yep, sorry about that. That's basically all that sound is. And if you put everything back on, it sounds like, come on, like this. Okay. So then the acid, kind of searched around, actually found a preset in Silence, and let me get out of the way here, and let's take all the effects off. Let's keep that on there. Take the sample delay off. So what I found was just a preset and went with that. It's really good sounding acid. It's actually a lead, I think, in bank 1 of the factory banks, if I remember right. Okay, so now let's move on to the pads. This pad here I did myself. And let's get it open here. Now with this, all I did was some saw waves. And I got a square wave in here. Kind of round out the sound. And then you go over here, this is the bus. All of the pads, there's 4 layers. They're sent to a bus, and I've done a lot of, this is a preset to kind of subtle stereo enhance mid-side. Or not, actually that's not mid-side, it's just EQing the left differently from the right. And this right here is just taking out some of the, I don't know, where it kind of loads up in sections here. And then sidechain compressor. Probably going to be adding a lot more of that. All right, and then little bit more mid-side, taking some of the mid and side out a little bit more than the other. And then I might do some filtering. So I've got a simple on there, filtering up and down, automate that filter. And then I found a preset here that I liked in silence. This one sounds like this. This kind of adds a little high string sound. Then the next one is a little bit analog-y kind of sounding poly pad. And then this one down here, I found a really nice preset by Rob Lee. If you're looking for a good, some good silence presets, look up Rob Lee. He really does a great job. This is a Voyager sounding pad. Kind of carved it up a little bit, you know, as to add a little bit of lows. And it comes in at first to kind of add kind of a bed for the track to start building. So you can see with and without. Okay, and so then we get to the vocals. Basically have, this is the Vila, I believe it was. Let's see here. What exactly is it here? Siren by Vila. It's through Black Octopus Sound. I use it a lot. Probably use it too much. Probably have overused it. It's featured in a lot of my tracks. But here we go. This is just basically the sound with reverb. Big reverb added. Yep, sounds like I need to do a little bit of a fade there. And I need to do a little EQ work on this. Not a whole lot. Oh, there's a pop there. I gotta get in there and do a fade in. Then I bring them in over here at the drop. I think they sound pretty good in the drop with the same configuration. And so the track is kind of getting there. It has the big trancey ethereal sound. There's some EQ and compression work that still needs to be done. My next step is going to be arranging the breakdown. And that's kind of the tricky part. That's kind of the part that gets you back out of that rabbit hole. You know, you kind of get into this, I kind of get into this intro and you kind of get locked into that, and you get in this kind of picture in your mind of how this track's going to sound. And then you go to the breakdown and, you know, everything gets kind of jerked into a different realm. And so it's kind of tricky, but something that I work at and usually figure it out pretty well. So anyways, that concludes this episode. And if you have any questions, just comment and I'll definitely get back to you. So anyways, if you like this video, hit that like button and that subscribe button. It'd be greatly appreciated. Alrighty. Thanks for watching.